Yo, you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Classic, man. Classic.
Classic scumbag of the year right there, man.
Classic. You got them boys, the buy-ins. Like, I don't know, whatever the thing is they was doing. I was like, yo, this dude is like a massive manipulator.
High stakes, high rewards, penny stocks,
You
selling
know?
people dreams, and getting rich in the meantime. I mean, hey.
Listen,
You ever saw or finished Modoc yet on Hulu?
I saw like the first maybe like 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay.
It's all right. It's it reminds me of definitely some robot chicken stuff.
Yeah.
Somewhere between that and like Archer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that ilk.
Okay.
What you think
Okay.
about it?
I like it, man. Like they throw a shit ton of like Easter eggs in that joint that only like common
Facts.
fans will know. Like, throwing in like the Brood, like that's an old X-Men lore right there, and like like this different things. Like, yeah, I got the Cosmic Cube, I got the Nullifier, but it don't work. It's just like different shit. You're like, damn, they pulled that out of the closet. You know what I'm
I
saying?
want to
So
say they had, it was a Fing Fang Foom reference in there too.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was the name of an actual restaurant, and he was like the
Right.
waiter. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was
It
fun.
is pretty cool, man. I think it's cool that Marvel is kind of opening itself up to like new stuff. They're
Hmm.
not just holding everything so close to the vest. You know?
Exactly. Like shit, man. You want to talk about this Eternals movie too?
I mean, yeah, why not? I don't know why my voice got so
I
high.
know.
It just did, man. Sometimes you just don't fight it. It just happened. You just roll with the punches. But I think Eternal's gonna be pretty cool, man.
I don't know, man. I, I
You
I
don't, you
guess
know?
I guess we could start now, just so the folks. Hold on, who is Yolanda? Hold on, I don't know no Yolanda from
Yolanda.
Orlando, Florida.
Hmm. You remember Yolanda from Orlando?
They can
Landa from
they can
Lando.
wait. They can wait.
Lando from Landa.
Yeah, I guess
Lando
we can
from
just go
Lando.
ahead. And
Lando from
also, man,
Lando.
like one thing too, I noticed, man, my eyes be all over the place. Do you look at the camera or do you look at the screen?
That's like, bro, it's funny. We be thinking about the same. I don't know. It depends. Oh, no, no. I never look at the camera. I don't look at the camera.
Okay.
I don't. The only time I look at the camera is if I'm recording something solo. But anytime I'm on anything Zoom related, I'm looking at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So I guess I could just I don't want to see me because I get distracted and I look at like my background, my all my shit over here. So my eyes to be doing this the entire fucking interview, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's what it's funny because I'll be watching other people, other YouTubers and they Zoom type recordings, and I'll be like
Yeah.
thinking of that, like, what are they looking at right now? They looking at the camera, or they looking at this is
Right.
stuff that you think about when you actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they looking at? Like, I don't know.
Yo, like for the past 5 episodes, I'm like, why am I looking around so damn much? I'm looking at, I feel like I'm looking at every fucking thing in the room. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to focus. Like it's like I'm trying to get my Good Morning America on, looking at the camera. But then I'm like, no, look at the people. You know what I'm saying? So I keep going back and forth, man. But I gotcha. I'm looking at your screen, not mine's. Got it.
Boom.
I'm good.
Now that I say that, I'm looking at myself. Like, I
You,
just,
you see?
it's there's no rhyme or reason to what I do. I just be doing stuff. What I'm trying to stop doing is just looking up. Like, for whatever reason,
Uh-huh.
when I'm like in mid sentence, if I have to think about what I'm gonna say next, I hit one of these motions.
Me
I
too.
have no idea why. It's like it's more natural to look to the side. That's what I've been noticing people doing. It's something you would never think about, and it's something I never do talking face to face to a person. But when a camera is involved and I'm talking, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, so blah 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 blah," and blah 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 blah. Like, I look,
All
I don't
right.
know why. I just look up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Real quick, man, before we start, quick
Hey,
twist. Quick test. Arm out with your palms out.
okay.
Do this. Go up.
Wait. Let me do that, man.
Go
Okay.
up. Go to your left.
Yeah.
Go out.
Oh, straight out.
No, hold on. Hold up. So one more time. Palms up.
Press later.
Go up.
Okay.
Go inside. Then down inside.
Okay.
And then straighten it out like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on, my bad. Fuck that. I fucked it up. It's boom, boom, right? And then boom,
All the way, boom, and then like this,
boom. Hold on, shit, man. Hold on, I forgot. Hold on. It's
Are we
it's
learning kung fu?
nah.
That's
It's
what it
all
is.
right.
'Cause
Hold
I'm
on.
with that.
It's boom, 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 boom. God damn it. Uh,
What did
uh,
the Shaolin monks
uh,
teach you?
okay,
Show
boom.
us.
All right, boom. See, look, right. All right, so I found the shit out. It kind of creeped me the fuck out, right? So pretty much, you put your right hand, your
hand in.
right arm out, right? Your
Put your right
palm,
hand out.
your palm up. Your arm is facing up, right?
Are we doing the hokey pokey right now? Is that
Something like that, right? So
what's
boom.
happening? All right.
You pull the shit up. Then you chop the cheese.
Chop the cheese.
Then you smack the pimp. Then you bring the arm back up again like you're about to karate chop.
Okay.
Then you slam. Then you say bones, bitch. Then you put it back out again, and boom, your palm is now face up. I mean, face down. We started up, down. You get it now? Normally, you just like it's pretty much how do you turn your wrist without twisting your actual arm? It's so
wait a
palm
minute. Okay,
up.
look, we gotta. Okay, this is interesting. Now
You see,
we gotta go through this. All right, so boom,
all right.
you start right here.
So you gotta go
up,
chop the cheese, smack the pimp, up again,
up,
bones, bitch,
bones,
out again.
out. Huh. So you pretty much okay. So without just flipping over,
Right.
you flipped over.
Exactly.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. This is I feel like that's some wizardry, bro. Like I need to go to church now and
it's
exercise. I need hands laid on me.
That's some
now.
Harry Potter shit, man. But
Harry Potter, man.
I'm ready, man.
Boom. Let's do this, man. What's Deadpool thing? What does Deadpool say? Maximum effort.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort, bro. All right, let's get it. Yo, we want to welcome everybody to this episode 34 of the Geek Salad Podcast. Myself, Arye the King, is with the homie as usual, G. G, say what's up to him.
What's going on? Damn. What's going on, y'all? It's G, the bearded one. Sorry about that. It's a little bit of pasta in my system still. So
listen, man, we gotta work them cars out. We know cars make you sleepy, man. Like I just had like a sandwich earlier myself. So we about to get that out. We about to check that out real quick. On today's episode, we are talking Army of the Dead. We gotta talk about our top zombie movies of all time. Also, the homie Kwame Brown is firing shots at everybody, man. And I'm loving it, man. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'm definitely loving it. So we're gonna talk about that. Also, we're going to do a little breakdown of the trailers for Infinite as well as Jungle Cruise. Stay tuned. La, 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 la,
la. That's right. All right. So, Zack Snyder, is he back? Is he back to prominent form with his new movie on Netflix, Army of the Dead? So, before I give my thoughts, Arye, what's your thoughts?
Quick synopsis of the movie. So the main protagonist, Dave Bautista, not sure what his name is in the actual movie. A guy comes up to him and is like, listen, everybody knows the zombies in Las Vegas. So we living in a world where the city of Las Vegas is overrun with zombies. Somehow they kind of contained it to just that city. So everybody else in America, I guess, is cool, but Las Vegas is pretty much overrun.
Right.
Dave Bautista, he's approached by this guy. The guy's like, look, I'm a rich dude. I got a lot of money in a safe, probably like $200 million in a safe. And it's at the top of a building in the middle of Las Vegas. If you can go, I'll give you and your crew like $100 million. I split it with you. And Dave Bautista is a dude who I guess in fighting the zombies back and containing them to Las Vegas some years back, he lost a lot of men. His wife became a zombie. He had to shoot
Hmm.
his wife, and now 2 years later, he's like a short order cook at like a Denny's. So he's has a strange relationship with his daughter, on top of having all these regrets from what happened a few years back. So this is not only his chance to um,
Redemption.
redemption, exactly, redeem himself, get some money, make something of himself because he's kind of a loser now, and a bunch of craziness ensues, as you could imagine. My thoughts on the movie overall, I would say out of 10, I'm giving that joint an 8. It was really good,
Big score.
really good,
Okay.
definitely. What did I like? I like Dave Bautista's acting.
You
I think
do.
his acting has come a long way. I'm not saying, he's not Denzel level or nothing crazy like that, but just, basing it off of his performances in other movies, I thought he did pretty good here. Um, he didn't pull Drax the Destroyer. He didn't pull anything like that. You can't see him, like he
All
just
right.
blended in with the background. None of that. I was looking for that. But overall, his acting was good. What else did I like? I like the the twist that Zack Snyder put into the movie, where you have a zombie guy who's like an alpha, a zombie that's intelligent. He
Spoilers. Spoilers.
spoilers,
Okay.
spoilers,
Okay.
definitely spoilers. So
All
we
right.
might put that in the title or whatever.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Never seen that twist before. The zombies aren't just mindless eating machines out there. They're not just mindless monsters. They have a legit hierarchy, which
Yeah.
is different.
Hmm.
A zombie tiger. That's pretty interesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That
It's kind
that's
of
a first.
overkill because you already should be scared of a tiger anyway. A regular tiger could kill like five dudes by
Yeah.
himself. So that's
Yeah.
not, but it looks kind of cool. So
It
you get
does.
points for that.
It does.
Some twists and turns here. I would say that's all for a lot of action. That's all for the good of the movie. The bad of the movie was it's some definite holes to me in some of the characters. I think you had some of the characters who didn't really show any heroism early in the movie.
Hmm.
At the end of the movie, they're literally sacrificing themselves so other characters could live, and it really was nothing prior to that would show you that they would have that arc or they had that on the inside of them. They more or less sacrificed themselves because they had to, so the main people in the story, the main characters, could live on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Didn't really like that. Um, Other than that, you know what? Okay, I'll say this too. I would have liked to have some of the backstory on where this alpha zombie
Came
king
from.
emperor came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, a twist. I was reading that Zack Snyder actually confirmed that some of the zombies in the movie are robots. I don't know if it's a lot. It might just be one,
Really.
but there are
Okay.
yes, yes, they did. I don't know if it's something they wanted to expound on more,
Hmm.
like maybe these are robots sent by the government to kind of just infiltrate, or whatever. I think a dope twist could have been, if you want to have like maybe the first zombie, if he was like a cyborg. That would, to me, that would be something that nobody would ever see coming. But you're talking about having like some kind of artificial intelligence, and he knows how to infect people with the virus. You know what I'm saying? Like he's so smart because he's a machine that he can infect people with the virus that turns them into these mindless, we think mindless killing machines.
Okay.
That would be crazy.
Okay.
That would just be like, if that was the case. So we don't know, but he did confirm that at least there were one or two robot zombies in the movie. Overall, again, for the genre, this is going in my top three. It's a nice movie to watch.
Whoa.
It's in
Whoa.
my top three. We're gonna
Whoa.
talk about that. We're gonna talk
Okay.
about that
All right.
later.
All right. All right. Bet. We'll save it. We'll save
But
it.
overall, 8 out of 10 for me. What about you?
All right. It was a fun movie. Hands
Yeah.
down, from beginning to end, fun. I like the twist at the end with Amari Hardwick. I won't say it. Don't want to give away too many spoilers. But hold on. The movie's been out for about 2 weeks now. I want to say.
No, I think it just dropped Friday. It's been like 1 week.
Well, really?
Did it
One
come out
week?
last Friday, right?
It Maybe,
I think it was last Friday.
maybe. All right, so okay, I won't give it away, but I do like how this movie didn't have the normal slow motion Zack Snyder. Well, it did have slow mo in the beginning, but then after like the introduction of its characters, no more slow mo, just story, fun action, fun characters. Some with throwaways, which we know of. Um, the smartest guy in the entire movie was who?
Smartest guy. Amar Hardwick, right?
Now,
He's pretty
okay.
smart.
Remember when they was talking about the plan in the hangar with the Japanese dude, right? And
Yeah.
the Spanish guy came up there with his two friends, the white guy and the girl.
Oh,
The,
the you want to do the left?
the
Didn't he
white guy was
leave?
like, "Nah, fuck this.
You know what I
It's
expect?
suicide."
You know what that nigga's still alive to this day. You know what I fully expected to happen? I fully expected him to get when he left. I thought he was gonna get shot because my thinking was like the dude, the Japanese cat was like, "Look, this is too top secret for anybody to know about. So
Yeah,
now that you know
yeah.
about it, you trying to leave, we gotta like kill you." But then that kind of would have spoiled a surprise of the security guard guy who you can
I
see it. It's not
mean,
even a
yeah.
spoiler. That you saw that coming from a mile away that he was gonna turn on him. You
Listen,
know,
your security guard first entrance, he's wearing a suit with a shirt unbuttoned. Automatically, that spells not trustworthy. Like, hold up, you gonna send me a fucking gigolo to come in on my squad? Nah, fuck that, bro. His ass stay
right?
here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But I mean, beyond that though, like I like you were saying the different type of zombies in this movie. Like, there's so many previous movies before where it's either you get a fast zombie or a slow zombie. That's pretty much it. You don't get too many that actually think, or one that's like an actual king with a queen and subjects. Like that part, that concept was dope. I wish there could have been like, I wish there could have been more zombies in this movie, more like that. Like I wanted more scenes of the zombies, like doing things in that particular hierarchy, like an actual army of zombies, like like, hey, that means flank them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Super intelligent zombies.
right, like now that would
Yeah,
be dope. One day we'll get it. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. But overall,
that's what
it's
she said.
just a fun ass movie, man. That's like watch with some, beer, some popcorn, big, big TV, surround sound speaker, and just like turn your brain off and just
I,
enjoy
I
it.
was just about to say that. Just lay back, man, and just
Hmm.
let it happen, man.
Now,
That's
how do
also
you
what she
think
said.
it compares to Dawn of the Dead by Zack Snyder?
Dawn of the Dead. You
Like
gotta
that's
help me
my shit
remember.
right there.
You gotta help me remember that. Was that the one where the dude was on the roof talking to the other guy on the other roof?
Right, pretty much they were stuck at the mall.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, it's not better than that one. Nope. I think
Okay,
that might be my number
okay,
one.
okay.
That might be my number one. But this one to me is in my top, definitely top four, maybe top three. Definitely top three. Full disclosure, as far as zombie movies go, I'm a fan of the genre, but I'm not like, oh, I got it's a new zombie movie. Oh, I gotta see. I'm not a super
Okay.
fan of it, but I am a
Okay.
fan of it.
I got you there.
But
Well,
okay.
great segue. So now we can talk about it, man. Now we can talk about, some of the best zombie movies that have came out since, whenever, right? So I'm going to show everybody our screen here. So pretty much right now, some of the most popular zombie movies right up at the top. It's brand new, it's fresh. It's Army of the Dead, right? So Chris,
Hey,
uh,
scroll down a little bit.
yeah.
All right, boom.
So we
Okay,
got,
cool.
we got some more, but besides Army of the Dead, and I guess we can like go back and forth. What's your and not any particular order, what's your next second or your next favorite zombie movie of all time?
World War Z. And let me tell you why
Mm,
World
okay.
War Z,
Okay.
because this is the first zombie movie I remember where you had zombies like legit. moving like track stars, bro. And when I tell you, it's like how can you make something that's already scary more scary? Yeah, give it speed. It's kind of like the same, to a lesser extent, but the same argument, or the same thought of the Flash. He's always kind of like the jokey, funny hero. He's
Mm-hmm.
fast, blah 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 blah. He can do a lot of stuff. He's a hero. But when you talk about the Flash being a bad guy, whether you're talking about the Reverse Flash, or you're talking about I don't remember what they called it, but you remember on the Dark Knight Metal thing when Batman was the Flash, when he was evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever his name was. Like when you talk about something being terrifying, a bad Superman, yeah, that's still terrifying too if you think about it. But the Flash even more so, because if he's evil, he could like easily kill 10,000, 100,000
Mm,
people before you could blink an eye. They
right.
talking about a dude who can move at the speed of light. Like that's you'll be dead before you could think of something.
That's terrifying,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like that's wild. So World War Z, they made the zombies fast, and I had never seen that before in a zombie movie. Like
Wait a
it's
minute now.
always they just kind of like
But what about 28 days? No, 28.
28 days later.
That was that came out before
It did. Were they
World War
fast in
Z.
that? Were they fast?
Yeah. Well, okay.
I don't remember them being fast.
They ran after you.
Okay, they were running.
Like you ain't have time to think. When they see you, it was like on sight. You're going to catch this fade bite. You know what I'm saying? Like they was gunning after you. Cause yeah, matter of fact, 28 Days came out in 2002. World War Z came out in 2013.
Yeah, 28 Days definitely came out first. I remember going to the movies to see that. 28 Days is in my top five.
Okay.
Um,
But I will say that to your point, and in World War Z, I like the twist of these zombies were like pretty much just infected bodies, and they were looking for healthy bodies to infect. If you already has type of a disease that was like killing you, you were safe, and it took them a while to like understand that, and then just the image of zombies like just piling over each other to get to this, to like get to people. I mean,
right.
shit, they were scaling up a damn wall over each other, just trying to get up to the top. Like that has never been seen before, which was dope. So yeah,
I
good pick,
agree.
good pick, good pick.
What about you?
Oh well, we already talked about it slightly, but Dawn of the Dead by Zack Snyder. Once more, it's a remake off of The Dawn of the Dead by George Romero, right? But this one
Classic.
to me, man, like I just remember it's all colorful in the way that it starts. Old girl wakes up, sees, or I think it was either a woman or a man wakes up and daughter comes in the room. She gets closer and closer and closer. And next thing you know, she a zombie. Blood on her mouth, bites so and so. The wife gets up, and then she's out in the neighborhood, and there's so much crazy shit going around her, man. She can't get her thoughts right. People are running, screaming, getting bit, cars crashes, whatever. She rides out in a minivan, goes to the mall, and then from there we get our ensemble cast, and they try to figure out how can it survive, how long, but at the same time they're being surrounded as well by pretty much a town full of zombies, man. So from there, I think that's one of the better recent zombie movies that came out in a long time. Again, it was just fun to watch, man. That was all. It was just extremely fun, funny to watch.
Facts. Facts. Let's see what's next. You know what? Dang, man. And see, this is why like you gotta like prepare for these movies because a couple of joints that I have forgot about and I didn't realize until like you put this on the screen. In my top five, I'm probably have to expand my top five. In my top five, because we're going in no particular order. What's the name of that joint? Is it Zombieland?
Yeah,
Is
Zombieland.
that the name of it? Yeah,
Yeah,
Zombieland. The second one wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still good though.
I never saw the second one yet.
Yeah, yeah, have Rosario Dawson in it too.
Okay.
with her fine. So she
Yeah,
ain't get that
come.
for me. Yeah, it's bro. The Zombieland to me that was just. I always like when directors, writers could blend different genres together. And when I tell you that this movie Zombieland incorporated, action, gore,
Hmm.
horror, and comedy, and it worked. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's one of those things like it's a crazy example because I don't actually believe it, but I'm gonna use it anyway. You wouldn't think that adding sweet to popcorn would be good. You know what I'm saying? I still don't. I don't think popcorn should be sweet. I hate kettle corn,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of people like it because it's out here. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's making
Hmm.
millions of dollars by making kettle corn. It
I
works for
love
them.
kettle corn, man.
Oh no,
Love
I
kettle
don't. I just don't think it
corn.
should be sweet. Side note. Okay, how you like your grits? Are you one of them sugar and grits people?
Nah, I don't do that. That's
Then
just me though.
we not friends no more. You gotta put sugar in
Nah,
grits.
man.
Gotta
Can't
put
do it.
sugar in grits, man.
Can't do it, man.
Unless I mean, but I like them savory too though. Like I like shrimp and grits. But if
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
eating grits by
yeah.
itself, put me some sugar in there. All right, all right. But yeah, Zombieland, bro. Great movie. Definitely in my top five.
Okay, okay. I see that. I see that. All right, so I gotta watch the second Zombie Land. But yeah, I agree. That was a fun movie as well. For me, my next zombie movie, um, look, man, I'm gonna go with the granddaddy, the 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 OG, the beginning, the Genesis, the Big Bang of zombie movies. The one that
What was
created
that?
them all was George
Was that what
Romero's
70s?
first
Was
zombie
that
movie.
70s?
Was it either late 60s or early 70s? Night
Oh,
of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Yes, that
I went back and
gotta be up
I
there.
saw the movie like last year, man, and still to this day,
First time?
it's a landmark. Hold on, man, my connection is getting kind of crazy for a second here. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, there we go. Yeah, my bad. I was going to steal it, but yeah, but I mean, hey, man, for that to be a black and white movie, like that movie still holds out to this day. To this day, you know what I mean? I mean, it's and then too, like I never knew before I watched it. It had a sense of like a race in it as well. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like the overzealous white guy was like, well, the black guy, he can't run this group because he's black. And then I mean, and then the outcome of that. So for for the people that have not seen that movie, I would hate to spoil it. I know it's decades, years old, man, but that's one of the best like zombie movies that has came out. I mean, shoot, it started the boom. Like there has been movies before that was kind of like a zombie movie, but not actually a zombie movie until he coined that that premise of a movie. And then from there, man, everybody has been eating, or it's pretty much everything after that has been like a child or a stepchild of what he has created.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Listen, even though we're talking about movies, man, we'll be remiss if we don't mention The Walking Dead.
Of course.
It's a
Of course.
series, a TV show, not a movie, but you know what? The cool twist with The Walking Dead, and this is the reason the comic book was so popular too, is you see that it's not just the zombies that are monsters. You know what I'm saying? It's people. The
Mhm.
real monsters are people.
Yep.
Because the way that The Walking Dead is set up, the walkers, the zombies, whatever you want to call them, they might as well just be wild animals. You know what I'm saying? You
Good
out in
point.
the forest, a wild animal comes up. You
Mhm.
got guns. You got to shoot it. Trying to survive.
Perfect point.
But the true evil, the real evil is humanity. It's the people. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really what makes that show really so entertaining, so good. I got to get back to watching it, man, because I stopped watching it like the season before last because
Right.
it was just too much, and then plus other stuff was on TV. But this we talking about great additions to the genre of zombie. The Walking Dead got to be in there.
I got to thank Robert Kirkman for making zombies scary, but making not zombies itself, but making the world where zombies are in it was scary again. Because once more, it just really showed how zombies were the backdrop, but it caused people to change in ways where you couldn't imagine. Like some people resulted back to like straight savages again. Some became cannibals because they figured that was the only way to eat. They couldn't fend for themselves. Others became cowards.
Mhm.
Others were on like an ego trip. So it's just explored like how how far mankind can fall whenever an pandemic happens, right? So imagine COVID was the beginning of a zombie expansion. I mean, explosion.
Look, you gotta
Yeah.
stop. This is why you gotta stop. I just got my second COVID shot like Tuesday. Look, nigga. So if I start wanting brains tomorrow, like I'm, I'm coming to Charlotte, I'm eating you first, bro.
Like,
Like,
hey,
I'm eating
baby.
your brain.
Hey, baby, you got any brains, man? I'm
Get any
kind of,
brain.
I'm kind
Yo,
of.
you know what that reminds me of? Remember that episode of The Simpsons, the Halloween episode where they did like it was a zombie outbreak. Like Bart and Lisa had found some kind of crazy spell book and they accidentally turned the whole city into zombies.
I don't remember that one.
So look, so Homer
I think
gathers them
vaguely.
together. Homer got a shotgun. He's shooting zombies to keep this kid safe. And then like Flanders come up. He like highly hold neighborinos. Got any brain? He was like, boom, blew his head off. And Bart was like, "Oh my God, Dad, you killed the zombie Flanders." And Homer's like, "He was a zombie." It's just
Yeah,
like,
that part I
classic,
remember.
man. Classic. He was a zombie. Hilarious.
What's your next? Well, okay, so you
Definitely,
guys, so you said
definitely.
Walking of the Dead. All right. Um,
Yeah.
I want to throw in, and this is well, okay. You talk about Walking of the Dead, the comic, the show, right? We would
Yeah.
be remiss if we did not throw in Resident Evil. Not a movie, not
The
a
biggest
show.
Resident Evil thing, man. Like
Okay. Well,
the biggest.
Resident Evil made horror games scary with the first one. I mean, shoot, man, every iteration of that game, the zombies get crazier, scarier, uh, uglier, gross, grosser, grossier, whatever is a word. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, man, they've been making games ever since like what the mid 90s up until now. So that franchise backbone was started off of the appeal of zombies. And they have done a good job of just expanding that universe time and time and time and time and time again. But the newest one now, where, not so much about zombies though, but you do have, zombie like creatures in it. But again, who can forget the first time where you may have played the first Resident Evil and you open up a door and then you see like a zombie like slowly coming to you and you're trying to shoot it. You're trying to shoot it and it's just eating shots and then it ends up going dead. Or when you walk, or when you think it's dead and you walk by it, it starts like gnawing at your leg. Like yo man, like I have to give it up to Resident Evil for satisfying my kid dreams back then.
Bro, I never played it.
Ah man,
Never.
why?
Never
Because it was
once, bro.
because were you
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
You see.
Exactly. I'm not manly to admit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know
Uh huh.
what? No. I'm not playing at night with all the lights on. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But no, okay. I will say Resident Evil is the franchise that started, the horror aspect of video games. Or if they didn't start it, they definitely perfected those jump scare portions of video games. It's something that you never got really before Resident Evil. So I will give it to Resident Evil in that sense. My next one and my last one too, because I don't really have that many. Uh Damn, what's the name of that joint? Oh, Shaun of the Dead.
Ah, yeah.
Shaun of the
Okay.
Dead. It was unexpected. I saw
It
it
was,
the
man.
first time like
It was.
maybe 5 or 7 years ago. Had really no expectations of it. and it blew me away. The action was good. The
It was
comedy
funny.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was the first movie that I've seen, and it's rare you see this in movies, to where a movie can cross or have different tones in it. So
Hmm.
we've seen movies before that are action and high stakes, so people can die, but at the same time, you got elements of comedy in it. But they took it like a step further. Like you can tell they were trying to really push boundaries in that movie because up until I'm not sure what part of the movie it is, whatever part of the movie where I think he goes back and he sees that his parents are dead. You know what I'm saying? And they show it, and he's like in there with his parents, and they just on the bed dead or whatever. I'm like, wow, like they really milked the emotion out of that scene. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, like this, I didn't expect that. And in fact, wasn't like a baby that died or something? It was
I can
something
remember.
extreme. Like
Right.
I don't know. I think they went to a crib or something. I don't know. They did something, but anyway, it's something that you wouldn't expect to see. And that, you know what, right then is why I really realized action and different elements, different tones in movies can kind of vary when you're talking about whether it was made in America or made in the UK. Like their whole style is just a little bit different than
Hmm.
our style. Like it's certain lines that wouldn't be crossed if that was a film made in America. Like if it's just going to be a fun shoot 'em up movie that's funny but also action, and maybe somebody will die. Maybe they won't. If this is America on that
Right.
joint, like it's just like all bets are off. Like it's just stuff is gonna happen. It's gonna be
Right.
funny too, but it's gonna
Hmm.
be some times we're like, oh my god, did I just see what I thought I saw? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Okay.
But great movie, great movie.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go a bit more recent too. So, have you ever
Okay.
seen Train to Busan?
No, haven't seen that.
Ah. Okay. The premise is I skipped it before. The meat of the movie. Imagine you're with your daughter. You're going to
Pause.
Busan, and then out of nowhere, zombies are attacking people on a train. You can't get out the train because he's going at top speed.
Mm.
So what the hell do you do? It's a great premise. It ain't again. I love saying it's not Shakespeare, but damn it, these zombies are fast. They're deadly, and they're just hungry. They gotta kill something. So you get a bunch of people trying to figure out like, look, how the hell do we survive on this train and try to fight off the zombie? And then of course, like I always notice, man, there's always going to be that one asshole in every movie that convinces a mob of people like, hey, let's do this. Let's kick out these people so we can be safe. You know what I'm saying? It's like I hate that trope, man. But
It's
it's
real though. It's real. It's real. Let me just throw this in there real quick.
okay. All right.
Another reason that The Walking Dead, and we kind of touched on it before, but I'm gonna expand on it a little bit more. The one reason The Walking Dead is so dope is because it kind of holds a mirror up to our society. And it's like I had the same discussion. I don't know if you remember Veronica Velasquez. Shout out to Veronica. She used to
Yeah,
work at
man.
Bank of America. We had
Yeah.
this discussion years ago. She said that she believes that most people are inherently good. You know what I'm saying? And she believes everybody has some good in them. I told her what I believe. I don't believe that. I believe most people are inherently selfish. You know what I'm saying? Meaning
Mm,
you'll do good as long as maybe you can expect some good to come back to you. Or sometimes you might do good for somebody else without expecting anything in return, but it's because you can spare it. It's nothing for me to give you $100 if I got $10,000. You know what I'm saying? But if am I gonna give you $100 if I only got 200 or 100? No, I'm not giving you everything. I'm not taking. So anyway, long story short, I was like, listen, in this country that we live in, we have so much, and we're so rich in this country. We have overweight poor people. Like never in history or any other country, you know what I'm saying, the history of humanity can say that your country that you live in is so rich that even the people who don't have a dollar to their name can still eat so good and richly that you're overweight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's never happened before. Okay. So boom. You're talking about a zombie apocalypse, right? with law going out the window, that's when you go see who people really are. When there's no threat of getting caught, getting sent to jail, yada yada yada, you're gonna see people really be themselves, because you're gonna have people who are still going to try to do the right thing as much as
Right.
possible. But
Yeah.
then you got somebody else who's just like, no, bump that. I got a bunch of guns and I'm a charismatic leader. I'm gonna get a gang together and we're gonna go take everything. You know what I'm saying? Negan, you
Of
know,
course.
and or even somebody like what's the main protagonist in Walking Dead?
I mean,
Rick. Is it Rick?
yeah, Rick. Yeah.
Rick. Okay.
Yeah.
So Rick, moral guy, he's a sheriff. He looks out for the people who can't look out for themselves, father, blah, blah, blah. Think of how many people he done murdered throughout the show in cold blood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted they were bad guys, but he murdered people in their sleep. So it's like, I think that's really how we are. And I think that's really why something like The Walking Dead is so cool. It's like a case study in how humanity is when the government and jail system and the law system just breaks down. And it's like the Wild West. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. I got you. I think you will like Train to Busan because you got that character, you got the hero, and again, it's like, you know, it's just everyday people trying to figure out how to survive. And you know, they try, like they go to another train station, but that was overtaken as well. They hop back on the train again, and again, they're just trying to figure out, like, man, what can we do? And yo, it's another. It's on the same level, fun wise, as Army of the Dead, where you just turn your brain off and you just enjoy the spectacle. That's it. So yeah,
Cool.
dope movie, man. Dope movie.
Cool. Shout out Veronica. She's probably not watching us right now, but shout out Veronica. Cool,
Yes, sir.
cool peoples, man. Cool peoples. All right. So what's next on the agenda?
All right. So before we hop into Kwame, I think that's gonna be a long convo in itself right there. So
Brown.
hey man, hey. But yeah, we have a couple of new trailers that came out this past week. We had Jungle Cruise with Miss Emily Blunt and Dwayne Rock Johnson. We got Infinite with Wahlberg. We have the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt, and we got the Eternals. So we can talk about each, or we could just like go over which ones do we want to see out of these four the most.
Man, I'm looking forward to the Eternals for this one reason. I've been seeing memes about it all week, and I agree.
Okay.
Where the hell was they at when all of this stuff was happening? Like the Battle of New York, the Civil War with the Avengers, Thanos coming to Earth the first time. They ain't say nothing. The Avengers going back in time with Thanos coming back to Earth again. Like, what? Like, where have y'all been at this whole time? So you know, Marvel is, their stuff is so intricate. They're not going to not address it. They're going to address it. So it's like, I want to see how they're going to play it out and say like why they didn't intervene against Thanos at all.
Side note, man. All right, Pete. So in war, Thanos attacks the Avengers headquarters, right?
Facts.
And when Tony Stark snaps his fingers, they're all gone, including the ships, including the dead aliens, everything that was related to Thanos and his crew, they're all gone. So to the eyes of the people that weren't there, that came back, how do you prove you went through a war where there's not one shred of evidence of aliens? It's all gone. Everything got turned into dust.
Prove it to who?
Just like, you know, like, all right, let's say if a war happens here where I live at, we're being invaded by North Korea, right? And then you know, they fuck up my town. You know what I'm saying? I snap my fingers and they all gone. Their tanks, their guns, whatever, right? Here comes the government. So, Garrett, what happened here? Look, man, North Korea invaded us, fam. I punched that nigga in the throat. I took the glove back. I snapped my fingers. They gone, but they ain't shit there to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to imagine in Endgame somebody's recording it though, right? Because they're on Earth. They're at Stark Tower. So how could people not be recording it?
But remember, man, Stark Tower got blown the fuck up.
No, it got blown up, but Stark Tower is in the middle of New York City. So the end game, the battle is in New York City. It's just on like a, I guess, a flattened piece of ground in New York City. But come on, you got millions of people with camera phones. The news people had to have gotten it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the blip, what you want to call it, the snap, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling it the blip. But you know what I'm saying? People already came back prior to that. So, I mean,
No,
it's on
listen,
camera.
no, I'm saying fuck that. I my man Tony Stark died to bring y'all back. I want y'all to see what my man went through. He went through
Yeah.
so many monsters. He done got mollywopped by Thanos more than once. You know what I'm saying? People damn near died. I want y'all to see the war that happened, man. Y'all was there for Vietnam. Y'all was there for Iraq War, Afghanistan.
This is what I'm saying. Listen. I guarantee you, if it's not going to happen because you know what? Now think about it. Falcon and Winter Soldier, they didn't touch on it, and WandaVision, they didn't touch on it.
Nope.
But maybe in the Eternals, is this a spider? What the hell? Oh. You ever seen a spider so big it's just too big to live? Like, you just gotta kill it like
Right.
immediately.
Yeah.
That's what I said. But somebody is going to acknowledge it. How could there not be cameras, bro? It's the final battle in Endgame. Yes, dude snapped and everything happened to do with Thanos and his army just turned into dust. Cool. But you gonna tell me nobody had a camera phone?
I mean,
Not
it
one
wasn't by a
person.
city. It wasn't by a city. That's
It
the
wasn't New
thing.
York.
I mean, it's in New York, but not New York City.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's somewhere out area 51 part of New York, whatever, huge as area, but whatever. So, but back to your point though about the Eternals, right? Exactly. Where the fuck were y'all? Where all these events were happening? Were y'all sleeping?
Well, as was that when I was
You know what I'm saying? I
as
mean,
was that?
I mean, I don't know. Like Kevin Feige said, yo, this movie is gonna win an Oscar, and all this jazz, and I'm like, to me, it looks boring. It look now. I could eat my words when the movie comes out, but to me, it looks boring, man. I'm not gonna lie. It it feels like what's the gods, man? Olympian gods raise up some people somehow, some way. They felt as if they either did as much as they can as they did for mankind, or mankind stopped believing in them. So they decided to either blend in with man, erase their memories, and come back, or they were sleeping, now they're back, and now they're trying to figure out what can we do about today's events. That's it. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. It seems boring to me.
Listen, I feel you. Nothing in the previews has given me reason to be giddy, but to me, it's just brand equity, man. Like, Marvel has enough brand equity with me that I feel like they'll do it right.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm not holding my breath. It's got a good cast of people. I mean, you get
Facts.
Brian, Michael, Tyree. You get my boy, um, what's his name? The guy that played Jon Snow for Game of Thrones.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. No idea what his name is.
Right. You get
No idea.
Angelique Jolie. She's been doing a thing for years, man.
Facts.
Then you got my guy,
The dude from
uh
Atlanta.
well, yeah, that's Brian Michael. But no,
Oh,
the
see,
guy that was in Silicon Valley, and oh man, the Indian guy that got ripped for the movie.
yeah, I don't know his name, but he's actually very hilarious.
Yeah, I just want to go to see him. I'm like, damn, dude, you give me motivation, man. I need to lose this gut like you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me
But
too, man.
but yeah, but okay, cool. All right. Out of these movies, man, mm, I want to see what this Tomorrow War is about. So we just
Okay.
seen the trailer before the show started, but pretty much Chris Pratt, he's chilling. He's a dad, and out of nowhere, some people from the future show up and say, "Hey, mankind is about to be extinct. We're coming back in the past to recruit people to fight the war that's in tomorrow, the Tomorrow War." Right. And from there, we get like glimpse of people going to the war. And it feels like they keep coming back and forth between the future and the present, back and forth, back and forth. And it's coming on Amazon. I believe it will debut or come out next month. But we had a screenshot that I want to share with the folks out there because once more, it's a movie about aliens invading Earth, and we don't seen that particular uh what is it that type of premise before, right? So apparently, what we saw when we took a look at the trailer, so all of this right here is some type of a scorpion like in a tomorrow type of monsters, right? And it's so many of them. Looks like they're just crawling all over each other. So, but I mean, hey,
The
I
scorpion orgy, bro. Can you imagine that being the way that you die in the middle of a scorpion orgy? Like just scorpions just being all disrespectful, eating you, but getting booty at the same time, getting scorpion butt. That's just ew.
it's kind of graphic, man. Kind of
It's
graphic.
kind of disgusting, man. Gotta
Yeah,
be honest
yeah. I
with you.
mean, I'm assuming this is Chris Pratt right here, trying to hold on to some type of helicopter string rope or something. And this little guy right here was like, "Hey, bro, we down here partying, fam. This come on, man. Hey, we ain't
Comes to
gonna
the
hurt you.
Brazzer, the Scorpion Brazzers party.
Right?
That's
Hey, man,
let's do
we
it.
ain't gonna hurt you, bro. Man, man,
It's
we
like the
just having a good
party.
time, man. We just
Like the
partying,
party,
bro.
man.
We just partying, man. Look, we got Tom over there. We got Brad. We got Jamal right here.
And you
We
know
got
how Jamal
Crystal.
get down. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, I enjoy a good sci-fi movie. I hope it's good with the people that are involved in it, though. But I mean, like there was one scene where apparently, as they're being recruited, they they go out through this portal, right? I'm seeing if I could show a quick clip before uh YouTube deems this video can't be monetized, right? But apparently, at some point, they get sucked up in this portal, right? And I don't know if you peeped it. They get sucked up, but then they get dropped randomly. So look at this, man. You got
What? No, what? I missed that. They just
wait,
get dropped randomly anywhere?
son. Like,
Nope.
no,
Ain't able
you
to do
can't.
it.
Look at that, man. You got people that's just falling to their deaths already. No
No,
parachute. Just
no.
come in this portal.
Forget.
You be transported to the ward that will take effect in the future. But dog, again, these people are literally falling to their deaths. Look at that,
Do
fam.
they know that? Wait a minute. Side note. Why can't they? It's cool because it adds an element of like, oh my god, like this is something you really gonna have to super think about before you sign on to do this. Because you could just be one of the people to be splat. You might be a war hero and save the earth, but you might just go splat. So that it gives you another thing to think about. But wait a minute, they could make a whole time machine, but they can't create some kind of super parachute that you can activate immediately. That you know,
Right,
come on,
right.
like
And
you
then
just don't think about it too hard. I guess put that in that category. Don't think
and
about
then
it too hard.
and then too, right. So you got people that are coming back into the past talking about the war. So somehow, some way, they know they got to go back. Did they know that when they go back, that they could just die to at random, being just dropped off from the middle of the sky? It's a setup, fam. It is a setup. But I want to see how it turns out.
Feel like it'll be some junk like you falling in, and you see some people land safety on the roof, and some people's falling, and you just falling, and some people more land safety over here. Like, wait a minute, safe white person, safe white person, safe white person, black person splat, black person. Hey man, what's going? You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo,
They set us up.
oh,
You
you
mother.
motherfucker.
Oh yeah, full of trade today. You, you mother. I'm putting cases on all you. Cuz like how, man? Like, no, bro. You know what? That's just like I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, bro, you telling me that we're only where we are with electric cars. Like we're not super advanced into like
Uh,
great electric cars to what
uh,
to the point where everything is an electric car because they're so
right.
efficient. But we put a whole man on the moon like 50, almost 60 years ago. We could do that. All them advances, but we can't come up with an electric car that's like, economical, safe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
really? No. The gas companies is paying somebody come up with a technology. I guarantee you big gas is like, nah. The oil people is
Yeah.
like, nah.
They don't
I'll
want
give
nothing
you a
to
billion
threaten their
dollars to
business.
not exactly. I'll give you $1 billion to not put out that technology. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my thoughts on it. But whatever. What do I know? Just a guy on a podcast. You know,
But sometimes us folk got some good ass points. So that's a. I
facts,
mean, hey, remember though,
facts.
people back in the 60s, the 50s believed that we would have jetpacks and
Mm-hmm.
and robot
Crit said it.
maids.
Crit said in his last album, he was like, "Yo, what happened to flying cars?"
Right. Flying cars being one of them. Now,
I was
granted,
saying, I don't flying cars is harder though, because how do you regulate? You got to regulate that. You know what I'm saying? Like you
right.
drive on the street, that's regulated. You got stoplights and stuff.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if somebody's 17, 16, they just got their license and you give them a car that can fly? Like it's more hoops to jump through. But
Yeah.
I get it though. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though?
What?
Man, and this would be a adult topic for a next episode. But what are some of the sci-fi things that you would have now that are in like movies and shows? One of them is the loop from Futurama, or that tube where you just hop up in it and then you just get shoot up and go to whatever you trying to go. So
All
imagine
right.
I'm trying to go to Uptown. I just hop in this tube and it goes straight there. Like I'm like, yo, I love that idea. Cartoony, dangerous. Yeah, if it was like a roller coaster ride of the future, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this though. The cars in Minority Report, that's here right now with like
I
the
was just
Teslas.
about to say that. We were talking about zombies and zombies being able to sprint and that being scary. Ain't nothing scarier than a 95-year-old woman who's already in God's waiting room. It's just, it's see, it could be any day now. Let's just face it. She's super duper old. And she just sitting in the car, laid back, and the car's driving. Yo, when I saw the video, I was like, no. No, I do not want to be on the road. It's worse enough being on the road with people who don't pay attention and people are just on their phones all day. Somebody not even driving the car, just sleep in the back seat. I couldn't do it. Could you do that? Could you be in a self-driving car? I couldn't do it,
No,
bro.
but I,
Couldn't do
I
it.
I did test drive a Model X like last before COVID started, right?
From the
And
Tesla, right?
yeah,
I
because
remember you telling me about it.
we have an actual Tesla spot over here. But look, let me tell you, man, the future is here because literally, I'm driving this joint. I let go, and it is driving itself. It will like stay lane cars back behind the next car. I put on the signal. It will it will check the lanes for me. It will merge over by itself. I'm like, yo, it's fantastic,
Wow.
but but scary at the same time because like you could get really comfortable, and now mine was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yo, it's here, man. Like I think it may take like maybe like another 5-10 years before it gets so smart to where it recognizes even like a child stepping out at the last second before he or she get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're almost there, man. But will people take advantage of it? Of course. Will people do dumb shit? Of course. They're doing it now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that
I
part
agree
of the
with you.
future is here.
The future is definitely here, man. I was watching, ironically, because I'm on my entrepreneur stuff too, or whatever. Oh, let me plug that podcast. Be Center Construction podcast. Still working on that. That's gonna be coming out soon. That's gonna be health, wealth, and entrepreneurship, right?
What's up?
Bro, I was watching Earn Your Leisure. Yo, shout out to the dudes at Earn Your Leisure. Oh my, love that show, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's two brothers. They bring on different entrepreneurs on their show, and the amount of game that you get on that show is ridiculous, man. Check them out. Um, they had ironically Spectacular Smith, dude from Pretty Ricky or whatever. When I
Mm-hmm.
tell you this dude is like a serial entrepreneur now, like,
Right.
and the intelligence this dude got, like, I would have never known. Like, you can't, we know it, like, because with me and you, we smart dudes. You can't just judge somebody off of something they do. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you could be like a stripper, but you can't, assume that because she's a stripper that she's, just has average intelligence. She could be a
Mm-hmm.
stripper just because she likes stripping and maybe she just want that money or whatever. But she could be a genius. I mean, a legit
Right.
certified super Neil deGrasse Tyson level genius. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You just
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't expect it per se because of the profession.
Yeah.
But dude is a great entrepreneur, and he was just giving different game. And one of the things he was talking about how we're already in the future with certain technology. Like, he was like, it's really only a matter of time before you can think something
Yup.
picture of the
Got
Pumas,
it, bro.
and I clicked on the link. So now it knows that I like that. So it's like now to show me, put my credit card information in, boom, boom, boom. That took
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes, and 2 days later the shoes are at my door. So he was like, "Yo, your phone is always listening to you. Your phone knows what you like. Your
Mm-hmm.
phone, it's the closest thing to actual telepathy, because if you think about it,
Okay.
everything you like, everything you do,
Mm-hmm.
from what you like food wise, from what you like sexually, from what you like to what kind of cars you like to drive, what kind of father you, all of that, think about it. At some point in time, you've done a search for it on your phone. So the artificial intelligence is taking all this information, and if you got all the past information, it's not going to be super hard to predict. Hey, once a week he likes to eat a Whopper. It's been a week since he's visited Burger King. Let me throw a Burger King coupon at him and see what happened. He's a sneakerhead. He buys shoes at least once a month. He ain't bought a shoe this month. Let me send out this shoe. I know he likes the color green because he Googled green 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like they almost reading. It's crazy. Your phone is almost reading your brain, bro. Like, that's the closest thing you could do to actually being able to go in somebody's head and read their
Mm-hmm.
thoughts without actually, being Professor X and having that ability. But damn close.
Dude, man, look, ain't it scary where now we are more or less just data for companies to market to. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. People are selling our data on what we do, what we look at, what we like, dislike, what we read, what we buy. It's being sent off to somewhere in cloud land, right? And these companies are like, you know what? These people like to do this. Let's market this to them. And it's like, damn, man, we are now just pretty much ones and zeros now to the eyes of these companies, man. That's it.
Oh, bro. And when you factor, you get older, you start realizing certain patterns or whatever that have eat today and what you've eaten for like the past, say, 70 days.
Mhm.
I could look at that, analyze it, get a good idea of the top maybe 10 or 15 foods you really love to eat. And I bet I could predict at least half of your meals next week. I
Mhm.
know I could do it. And I'm just a dude. You know what I'm saying? That's just me
Right.
analyzing data and making a well thought out. Imagine being a supercomputer who don't just look at your past 70 meals, can look at your past 700, 10,000 meals.
Mhm.
Dude, can you see? Imagine what they could predict. It would really look again. It would look like telepathy, or you had the ability to tell the future or something like that.
It's like,
And that's where we
man,
at now, bro. It's insane.
we're dealing with Xavier's, man, or, Professor X's, phones, man.
Ah! Every episode, Professor X. Ah! Jean Grey. Oh,
Right.
fainting every episode. Every episode.
All right. I guess we can hop into our last bit of the shit show is coming, courtesy of Mr. Kwame Brown. So you put me on game about what's going on here. So for the people that don't know, what is going on? Why is everybody hearing about Kwame going at Matt Barnes and Jamil Hill and Charlamagne the God and everybody else, man?
When I tell you, it is the classic story of a dude that just heard enough and was like, you know what? I was gonna let it ride, but now I can't hold. You know what Kwame Brown is? Kwame Brown is the if I got time today was a person, that's who Kwame Brown is. And he's got time. So just a little backstory for some people who, if you don't follow the NBA, you might not know who Kwame Brown is, but Kwame Brown, he was the last, no, he was one of the last.
Yeah.
Obviously, the last person drafted out of high school was probably Dwight Howard. But Kwame Brown, a
LeBron.
former NBA. No, Dwight Howard, he came in after LeBron.
Oh, you did? Okay, gotcha.
I think Dwight Howard was like 06, 07. It was the year before Chris Paul or the year after Chris Paul. I don't know, one of those two. Anyway, but anyway, Kwame Brown drafted 2001, number 1 overall by the Washington Wizards. Drafted by Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had something to do with it. He had some kind of front office job.
Right.
And the expectation was this is going to be the next best dude, the next great big man. Kwame Brown, probably a good 6'10", somewhere like that, 260 pounds, big dude, strong. But it never really panned out. In the league, he was able. Go ahead.
Before you go forward, though, man, do you think that was a good fit? Because remember, from watching Jordan and The Last Dance and the way that he coached his teammates. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, everybody, I guess now everybody, you can't talk to everybody or coach everybody the same way. Do you think he was just caught in a wrong system and maybe that's why he didn't flourish at the Wizards?
Facts, big facts. Because as much as we wouldn't have admitted it at the time, when we were like 18, 19 years old, you're only an adult by the law. You're not a grown man at 18. I'm sorry. You're just not. You don't know how to pay bills. You don't know how to manage your time properly. You don't know how to do all of these other things that make a responsible adult. You're, for all intents and purposes, you're a grown kid. That's what you are. So when you talk about the ultimate grown-up league, it's the NBA, even more so than the NFL, and it's for this reason. In the NFL, as long as you're physically strong enough to do it, you'll be okay. The NBA is a grown man league. That's why somebody like LeBron James to come out of the gate, out of high school and dominate on a professional level is something you not just rarely see, you never see it. Because you don't even have your full, what my granddad would call grown man strength yet. You 18, 19 years old. You're not in your physical prime. You don't reach that till probably like 27, maybe 28. And on top of your basketball IQ isn't as high as it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, at 18, 19. So Kwame Brown comes in the league 18. He gets paired up with Jordan. Jordan is way too hard on him, and he kind of loses his confidence, and it really hurts his career. Turn around, and then some years later, a little bit later in his career, I'll say maybe 5 or 6 years into his career, he goes from Washington to the Lakers. And now you go from Jordan to Kobe Bryant, who's pretty much Jordan's clone. You know what I'm saying? And he's the same way. He's hard on his teammates. He's not a LeBron. He's not a loving type. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, the way I lead is I'm going to be in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning, shooting shots, doing stuff. And that's before practice. Everybody else will come to practice around 9 o'clock. already been here 5 hours, putting up 100, 200, 1,000 jump shots, whatever, doing extra work on top of work, and I demand that of you. So to have somebody who just has maybe like an average work ethic, you're going to clash with somebody who's a alpha, dominant, in your face type leader. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of hurt his confidence. I will say this about Kwame. Kwame Brown, the first part of his career, you can attribute him not being as successful as it could be to maybe Jordan being too hard on him. But I would say once you're 26, 27, you kind of got to shake that off. Like you should be coming into your own now. And I think part of him not taking the next step as a player was he got complacent. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. This dude played 10 years plus in the league. That's something most people who get drafted don't do. He made over $65 million. The problem was, and why we're talking about him today, is over those 10, 11 years that he played, he was literally the butt of every joke. Every joke about somebody coming in and being a draft bust and not living up to the potential. Every day, Stephen A. Smith was on him. Every day,
for years,
what's it do for years? Skip Bayless was on him, and he retired about 5 or 6 years ago, and we never heard nothing from him. So we think he's whatever. Fast forward a few weeks ago on the All the Smoke podcast. Shout out to Matt Barnes and I'm about to call him Derek Jackson. What's his name? Steve Jackson. Yeah. Shout out to them. They got a great podcast. But they had Jenny Buss on the show. Jenny Buss, the general manager for the Los Angeles Lakers at that time. And she traded Kwame Brown and Marc Gasol for Paul Gasol, Marc Gasol's brother. Mm-hmm. So she said, look, we traded 2 players to this team to get Paul Gasol on our team. And Matt Barnes, he says, nah. You traded Marc Gasol for Paul Gasol. She's like, no. I traded 2 players for one. He was like, nah. You just traded one for the other. Like Kwame Brown, basically saying Kwame Brown doesn't count. Slight joke. Most people, if you know basketball, you heard it, you know what he's talking about. That was it. Mm-hmm. Kwame Brown just got tired of being quiet. And for the past week and a half, he's been on a tirade going at everybody. Stephen A. Smith, both hosts of the All the Smoke podcast. He's been on a revenge tour for like a week, and the people are loving it. Not liking it, they are loving it.
Right.
So right now we're looking at it and we're trying to see is this going to be a lasting thing. My 2 cents, I don't think so, because he's not that entertaining. So I want to know, and what I'm eager to see.
Wait a minute, you mean you was a bald-headed bitch ass nigga. You was a
because I got some mamas cooking for y'all ass. Now we Geechee over here. I'll sprinkle some of mama's seasoning on y'all. Your old white head. You know what I'm saying? I be talking like I didn't know he was that country though. Like it's hilarious. He's
right.
He needs to capitalize on this by starting some kind of podcast or something and bringing on somebody who's like a great talker, because he's got a great story. Like imagine being a butt of jokes for 20 years. But unlike people in real life who like maybe you got teased in high school or whatever, stuff like that, or maybe you get joked on in your neighborhood. But imagine though you're the butt of jokes, but in the context of other people who've done greater than you, but you still yourself, you played 10 years in the NBA.
Right. Exactly.
You made over $60 million. Most people won't make a $1 or $2 million in their whole lifetime.
Exactly.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's very interesting. I think he could really spin that into something, but he's got to take advantage.
And it's wild because again, I didn't know much about how it began, and then coming from that to the whole part where he's going at Charlemagne because he was talking about his family. I guess things that was known in the public, but they didn't speak upon it amongst, their kids, whatever. Charlemagne apologized for talking about his family, but he's still going hard at him. And then, he put the spotlight back on him with his case from decades ago as well. Back when he was in his 20s and how, he wanted to interview the girl that was assaulted about what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, it's like, when do people this people got to stop uh just downplaying somebody's career because you're saying they're trash, but once again, what's trash? He's been in the league for 10 years. If you was truly trash, you wouldn't be in the league for that long. Look at
Facts.
Manute. You know what I'm saying? Look at I mean, there's countless players that were in for a few years and then got cut and then never got picked up again. You know what I'm saying? We can't say he's trash because I mean, now if you're talking about score wise, stats wise, that's different. But for a man to have a 10+ year career, teams see something in him to pick him up, either to put him in the starting or to keep on the bench for whatever reason, right? I mean, hey, it's fun
It's
hearing
the
all the smoke that he's given to anybody that's in his way. I mean, hey, it's fun, but I don't see it going on too much longer. He does have a YouTube page. I haven't checked that out just yet. I want to see what he's talking about there. But you're right. He's got to find a way to make this into like a long lasting thing because shoot, over his career, he didn't do interviews. So people don't know much about his personality. Period. You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
I didn't even know what he sounded like until he made a YouTube video.
Bless you.
Like no clue.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what you sound like over
Con-
like 20 years.
yeah.
Like,
Country man, but hey, I love it though, man. I love it.
me too, bro. Me too. I'm here for it. I'm all for people standing up for themselves because like I mean, like it's like I look at it like this, like we were talking about. He played 10 plus years, right? Had he not been drafted number one, if he had been drafted, like say 25, and then he
Mm,
eked out a 10-year, 11-year playing career, nobody would say anything because you got to have role players. Everybody ain't Michael Jordan. Everybody ain't
mm,
LeBron. You got people. You got superstars. You got all stars. You got starters. And you got people on the bench. Somebody got to warm the bench. You got to have a replacement players. It's not enough. Everybody can't have 5 superstars. Like that doesn't really
exactly.
happen. It's not enough to
Hmm.
go around. So the fact that you made it to the NBA and you could play years tells me you're one of the best basketball players in the world. Not one of the all-time greats, but hey, bro, you made $60 million. You can pay me just to sit on. I would love just to sit on the bench. You wouldn't even have
Man,
to pay me $1 million. Pay me
right.
$100,000 and ask me if I won't just travel around with the team and
Uh,
sit on the bench.
right.
Yes, God, I would.
I would do
100K.
that. Yes.
What I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
should we get NBA interviews on the Geek Salad
Hey,
podcast?
man.
You know what
But
I'm
but yo,
saying?
all right. Question though, like, so
All right, bet.
besides Kwame, who do you think? And this is just, I guess we could keep it basketball related. Who else do you think fits that criteria where being in the league for over a decade, but
Okay.
not the most flashiest player? Not the most dominating presence on the floor, but they've been around for so long and they're quiet. They just play the game.
Hmm. There's a lot of people like that, man. A lot of people just don't like the spotlight. Like I want to say Kawhi Leonard, but Kawhi, he's a star. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And he's won championships, but he's just like he's kind of weird. Have you ever heard him laugh or
Of
heard him
course,
talk?
we heard
He's
the
just
famous
uh, hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey.
but you're right,
I
like
just want to thank everybody for coming out. Like he's just an awkward dude,
but
man.
you can't deny that man's skill on the
Can't.
floor, though, man. Like
Bro, when I say his hand is so big that it's literally like 2 of my hands together. Like I'm not even exaggerating. This dude
uh-huh.
has something like 15-inch long like hand. It's ridiculous, bro.
I
Like
can't even imagine that, man.
imagine getting choked by that. It could choke you with one hand, and his hand probably wrap around to the back of your neck. It's ridiculous. He's a mutant. Um, but yeah, they need to leave Kwame alone. You know what? This is an interesting convo too because that's kind of the age that we live in, man. We live in the age of the troll. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You remember when Drake was having his little beef with Meek Mill? Now Drake
Right.
won the rap battle.
Yeah.
That's not even mince words with that. Meek's response was like not good at all. But you can't say that it's like Meek Mill is a loser compared to Drake, but he's not a loser in real life.
That's a,
The dude made a
that's a strong word, man. But go ahead.
I'm saying, I mean, not, but understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about like if Drake and him is the only people we're talking about, comparatively speaking. But this is what I'm saying. In real life, he's not a loser though, because he made $1 million on that tour with Nicki Minaj. You remember the whole line? Is that a world tour or your girls tour?
On your girls tour, yeah.
Dope line, and people's like, "Oh, look at you, Meek
Right,
Mill." Huh?
right.
Nigga, this nigga made $1 million in like 4 months on a tour. When was the last time you made $1 million? I wait. Like, no, like personally, I can't, like, I'm not into like celebrity worship. I don't worship nobody but God. Like, you just a dude. Like, I never fan out. I don't care. Jay-Z is like my favorite entertainer probably in music ever. I could meet him tomorrow. I would like to meet him. I would like to have a conversation with him.
Right.
Oh my God, my life is complete. You ever seen the people like Beyonce is in town or whatever, or they in the crowd, they crying and like, oh, my life has meaning.
Listen, man.
No,
Hey, yo.
Beyonce, what's up?
No, Michael Jackson had people fainting,
literally fainting,
crying.
Come on, man.
Just from dancing and singing. and
Bro.
saying Shimon, which we still don't know what
Nobody
that word
knows.
means.
We got a team of experts working on it
Shimon.
now. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, that's my second Neil deGrasse Tyson reference to the show. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is on it. He got a crack team of people that's just trying to decode what Shimon means. I don't know that it'll ever happen. Bro, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, they fart like we fart. Sometimes they have explosive diarrhea. It happens, man. It happens to everybody.
Do the best of
they
us.
people. I get it. You like what these people produce and the content they produce. Cool. But you going crazy. You fainting.
But hey, listen, man. I ain't gonna front though. When we get to the point where people will faint over us, I'm gonna feel like king shit. Like, yeah, I did.
Oh,
that. Oh no,
I want people to faint over us.
We did
That's
that
okay.
shit.
Y'all can. I'm not against that. I would be a benevolent god, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some Ramses from 300. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, come on, man. You know what would make me think if Beyonce was like, I just want to give, she told she got to say, I just want to give $10 million, honey, to whoever's in the audience, whoever's my biggest fan. That's something that would make me faint. And if she chooses me and she about to give me 10 bills, like 10 million, I will faint then. Okay. That's something to faint over.
Okay.
I'm about to be a 10 millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But just because she's there, I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm just like,
yeah,
just like this.
Yeah.
Like I went to the Jay-Z and Beyonce concert in Miami like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Dope show. I mean, she puts on a great show, man.
I mean, she's one of the best to ever do it, man. I mean,
Facts. And I was entertained, but I'm not about to faint. And then when Jay was spitting his verse, I don't even know the dude names. A dude sitting next to me, like we was like, oh, and we was like rapping every line, you know what I'm saying? Because these are songs we grew up on, and it was cool. It was a moment, but it won't like, oh my God, it's home. Like, like that's not Jehovah for real. Like this is a rap name. It's not Jesus. Like, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It is what it is, man. I'm just a firm believer. You got to have more stuff going in your life to where that shouldn't happen. Unless you young. If you're like 16, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about you're an adult. You 38. Like,
listen, man. Remember, Britney Spears, man. Yes. Like she has some devout fan. Like I know we all seen the video of the guy that's like, leave her alone. Just leave Britney alone.
He went viral off of that.
Yeah, man.
Like crying.
I mean, hey, man, it stands. I mean, Eminem made a song about it. Stands, man. And the links that they will go to, how they feel as if the artist is talking directly to them. They owe them something. I'm like, I mean, hey, I don't put no like I said, no person like that on a pedestal. I may
Right.
respect, I may respect some more than others, but
Mhm.
I never get to the point where all I think about is them, and
Yeah.
they're better than everybody else, including me. But yo, they're just people. They found a niche and they're great at it. That's it.
Sometimes Beyonce breath stink. Beyonce has morning breath. Boom. So sometimes she roll over to Jay to kiss him and just like, no, yo, go hit that Colgate. You know what I'm
Not,
saying?
not now, be hove.
Listerine. But that's, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, look, I want to say this one thing. I wrote this down. I forgot about it.
All right,
We were talking about trailers, right? Um, The Rock. I was looking at the trailer for what is it? Jungle
Jungle
Cruise.
Cruise. Mhm.
Not excited about it. Got to be honest.
Me either,
It
man.
it, it looked kind of kiddie. I feel like I already know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I get that vibe from it. But
I
it made me think about this.
uh,
Is The Rock the greatest action star of all time?
ooh, greatest of all time
Greatest today.
today. Oh yeah, today.
Well,
Yeah.
no. I mean, when I say today, I don't mean of today. I mean
Okay.
the all time, like including everything he's ever done up until today. That's what I mean by
I
today.
don't know, man. I mean, Arnold is there too, because you gotta think about it, man. Arnold in his heyday, man, he was the hottest things coming from Austria.
Austria, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, he was charismatic, had a great look, had an accent that always works. Yeah, get down. It's not a tumor. I mean,
Get the counter.
from from action to him being funny, being a big ass funny guy, going back into action, doing some drama stuff. I mean, yo, Arnold has. Uh,
Arnold got a great
oh
resume. I'm
man.
not
All right, so I'll give you this right.
okay.
Arnold, The Rock, Sylvester.
Sylvester Stallone. Oh, Jason Statham. You gotta put Statham in there. I don't know if he's gonna
Before
be in your top five, but he's gotta be in your top 10.
before I put him there,
Okay.
I would say early Bruce Willis,
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
and then Jason.
Jason. Are you looking at me?
Yo,
Looking at me.
yo, but yeah, but I mean, but two, I think The Rock is becoming like really oversaturated though. Like he's in a movie like
He's every
every
three
like
months.
four months, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro.
I'm like, I get it. You're making money while you can. Do your thing, man. But I'm like,
Listen,
sometimes too much is too let me miss you for a bit. And then with this
The Rock,
whole
like, nope.
Jungle Cruise movie, to me, it feels like Pirates of the Caribbean, but in a
Mm.
jungle.
That's the yo. See, we here. This is why we got a podcast together, bro. That's the first. As soon as the trailer came on, I saw somebody like flip over a table or something. I was like, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah.
set in a different time and a different atmosphere. That's all that this is.
Do you think that's what that was again? They were going for the crowd that liked the pirate, like the first two, three Pirates movie. Do you think they're trying to recapture that magic again
That
with
magic,
this movie?
probably. I don't. You know what? Pirates of the Caribbean is funny to me because, and I'm gonna get back to talking about like if I think he is or not the best action star. Pirates, the first Pirates
Oh,
movie,
great!
I
It's
love.
fun. Yeah, that was
Like the
fun.
second one too,
Hmm.
but by the third one or the fourth one or whatever, because they made like a million of them. I don't know if it was just I had grown up to a place where I don't really like that type of movie, that formula in a movie
Hmm.
anymore, or if the movie itself was just not that great. It might be a little bit of both,
Right.
but it's not something I would want to watch now. It's too kiddie for me. You know what I'm saying? It's no
Hmm.
edge to it at all.
Okay, I feel you.
But talking about The Rock, I think he might be the best one ever. I think he might be the greatest action star ever. Because
Mm.
I look at it like this. Okay, so let's take Stallone. How long was Stallone's run as that dude in action stuff?
He had a nice 80s to like maybe early 90s run.
Yeah, because he was a bodybuilder. I want to say it was the 70s where he was winning, like he won something like 8 Mr. Olympias. It's something
Really?
crazy. Like he's greatest bodybuilder of all. Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes. That's where he got his start. He was a he was a bodybuilder?
No, I thought he was just like a struggling
A,
actor.
no, oh, bro, you gotta watch. I think it's called Generation Iron. They actually
Okay.
did a movie about it sometime in the 70s. His big rival was Lou Ferrigno. Lou
Are you
Ferrigno and him
sure
was
you're not getting him mixed up with Arnold?
my bad. Did I say The Rock? Who did I
You,
say?
you said Rocky.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
Sylvester.
I meant Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh my God. Something like 8 or 9 times he won Mr. Olympia, which is crazy. That it's like dumb hard to win one, let alone
Mm-hmm.
7 or 8 in a row. But he won that. I want to say it was Conan the Barbarian was the
Mm-hmm.
start of his action movies. That's the earliest one I remember. I don't know when that came out.
That came out like in
Um,
the like
when did
early
Conan the
80s.
Barbarian come out? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In the United States of
82.
America, Conan the Barbarian.
Ironically, in May of 82. All right, so from 82, so then jump 10 years later, he was doing True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis. So that's 10 years. And what was after that? 92, he also did Terminator 2. Um,
Mm.
what did he do? Because what in fact, when did he become the governor? I would say that was a definite cutoff when he became governor.
Well, let's ask good old Google, man. Let's go to Arnold's
When
I
did
am Dean.
Schwarzenegger become governor of California? All right, so he became governor like in '03.
Okay. All right, Peep. So I got some of his movies here, man. So you're right. T2 came out in 1991. True Lies came out in 94. T3 came out in like 2003. Uh, remember the movie The Last Stand when he was a cop, like an old cop that came out in 2013.
Okay.
Man, the, the man got movies, man. The man got
All
movies.
right. He got movies soon. Now, when did the Rock's run start? The Rock's run started in the Scorpion King. Scorpion King was like his first like movie.
All
So what,
right.
what year was that?
Oh man, let's whew, okay. He got a 9 discog too. Yeah, I forgot he did Hercules, man. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I forgot about it too, and I'm glad I forgot about it. No,
Okay.
I not a Hercules fan.
So The Mummy Returns came out in 2001.
But I think it was Scorpion King. Was he in Mummy Return at all?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the Mummy Returns was cause that was the second Mummy movie, which
Mhm.
he was in.
Yeah, okay. All right, so it was 2001.
Yep,
Okay.
2001. Mm-hmm.
So The Rock got a solid 20 years of making action movies.
Uh-huh.
20.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta check. This is what we're gonna do real quick. Pull up Schwarzenegger's movie, and I'm gonna pull up The Rock's movies, and we just go move from because they both had action movies that was kind of like but then they also had iconic ones.
Okay.
You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
All right, let me get this. Yep, I got it here. Oldest first. Actually, yo, he did a movie in 1969 called Hercules in New York.
Oh, Schwarzenegger did. That's wild.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess his very first movie was in 1996. It's a fantasy comedy film directed by Arthur Allen Seidelman and written by Aubrey Weisberg. It starts Arnold as what? It stars Arnold in his acting debut as an omnipotent divine hero.
Mm.
Okay, so hey, that's his first movie, 1969.
Yeah. What's the okay? The- all right. Off just seeing some more of Schwarzenegger stuff, it might have to be Schwarzenegger because I'm trying to think of The Rock. Like, what iconic action movie has The Rock done? He's done some good ones. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of them. But like, what is iconic? Like, I look at Schwarzenegger and you just think of something like Predator. That's iconic. Like, you
Right.
can't call yourself a nerd or blurred or whatever and not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
that's
All
you
right.
know.
Well, let's run through it. Do you see what I see right now?
I do.
Okay, so Conan the Barbarian, the first one, 1982. Iconic, right?
Conan's iconic.
Okay. Terminator,
Iconic, super
84.
iconic.
Okay.
Mhm.
Commando.
You know what? Commando might be the quintessential 80s action movie as far as when you got the one dude with the one gun that can take out an army by himself
Right.
somehow.
That was
That's
it.
the ultimate.
That
That's
was
the
it.
ultimate movie like that.
Okay. Predator, 87.
Classic.
Okay. Total Recall, 90.
Classic. Definitely. The lady had 3 titties, bro.
Hey, Mars. We're on
Hold
Mars,
up.
bitch.
Red
Kindergarten
Rocks.
Cop, not iconic, but damn, we got that line though, man. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tuba.
It's not a tumor. Okay. T2,
Iconic.
1990. All right.
Oh, that was not 91.
91. 91. True Lies, 94.
Mm.
And then from there, you can, we
It's
got
something like it's definitely on the downside from there.
the movies at this point. Some were cooler than others. I mean, he was Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin. Iconic for the wrong reasons, right? In the days in 99, the Sixth Day, 2000, Collateral Damage, 2002, T3, 2003, ironically.
And then that
Expendables 2
hiatus, you can see the hiatus in there from when he
from
was the governor.
from 2005 to 2012. Nice little, 7-year break, maybe, right? Something like that. The Last Stand, Escape with Sylvester, and Generation Iron, which is what you was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Sabotage, that was a decent movie. Expendables 3.
Expendables wasn't his movie though. He
It
appeared,
wasn't. It wasn't.
but it wasn't his movie. You know what? In fact, I would say that if Expendables was his, so like if him and Stallone switched places, and that was him being responsible for bringing back the classic 80s shoot everybody up and ask questions later action hero steroid type movie, then I wouldn't even have brought this up.
Okay.
But
All right.
it's up for debate. All right, look, go ahead, put in the Rock. Let's see what the Rock got. The Rock.
Now these, for some reason, I can't get in order here, but I'll go to the beginning of this list here. So he was in The Mummy Returns in 2001, and then he popped up in his own The Scorpion King a year later.
Horrible wig, but it is what it is.
Southland Tales, don't remember that one. Be Cool. I remember him in Be Cool. He was the funny.
He was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's talking about this nigga was like he was gay, but he was like in the closet. He's like, I got this one trick that I do with a chicken drumstick. I just put the whole thing in my mouth. I just take it out. It's like what? Like what's happening right now? Hilarious, man.
He got range, man. Doom. That was terrible. My bad. So we're talking about iconic movies, right? So
iconic movies.
Okay, maybe The Mummy, because that was a gangbuster. Everybody loved The Mummy.
But he was
first 2 movies.
Only in it at the end of it though. Like I want to say, wasn't he CGI too?
Well, the first part, midway through the movie, you got his backstory, and then he was CGI in the end, right? So that was 2001. 2002, he was the Scorpion King. So that was like his coming out like yo, I'm here,
Right.
I'm an actor now, deal with it, right?
Yeah.
What came first, Get Smart or The Rundown? For some reason, people love this movie. I've never seen it all the way yet.
It's funny. I was just about to say that. I think I've seen a part of it. Isn't it the movie that got the dude from American Pie in it?
Yeah.
Stifler?
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think I saw the whole thing.
Okay.
So I
Walking Tall. I think it's a remake of
it is.
another movie. All right. Never seen this movie either. Now I saw Get Smart. That was funny. That was funny. Iconic, man. Oh, he wasn't in it for long, but the other guys.
You know what? I'm noticing a pattern of. He has a lot of roles that were really good, but it's not necessarily his movie. So I can't even really
Okay.
credit him with that if it's not your movie. Like he
Okay.
was hilarious in the other guys. His parts were, but it's like, side note, I'm about to go watch the other guys today.
That shit was funny.
That's
man.
one of the funniest movies ever, bro. It was remember the part that was at the funeral they were fighting.
And quiet.
You gotta better quiet. I want to take your head off. All right. Oh shit, it's coming. All right, he's gone. Come on. Oh my God. Yeah, stop it. You stop it. This is a funeral. It's like, yo, Will Ferrell at his best, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, well, all right. So, boom, we got a Gridiron Gang drama movie. Like, I mean,
Inspirational.
right. Then we got his
just
kid.
talking action.
His kid aside, the game plan, the race to Witch Mountain, Tooth Fairy, which is like somehow a cult classic for whatever reason. And then we come into the Fast and the Furious franchise. We got, he was in Fast 5. Man, when that come out, man, that came out back in 2011. That was like, Rock was a great addition to the franchise, right?
Thanks.
Empire State, don't remember much about that movie. How about you?
No.
2013. Okay.
Damn.
We'll call it Fast 5, Fast 6, Fast 7, boom. Yo, Pain and Gain. That was a good movie to me, man. I like that movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Based on a true story. G.I. Joe. That was the second G.I. Joe movie. That was that he was in.
Say about that one is it was better than the first one.
Yeah, but
Man.
yeah.
Damn, does he have any like iconic, not just iconic roles, but iconic movies
I mean,
that star him, specifically action movies?
I mean, he had good movies. Iconic wise, though. I mean, Faster, that was entertaining. Journey to the Middle of the Earth. No, Journey to the Mystery Island. Hercules. Jumanji. Okay. I like Jumanji.
Movie. Yeah,
Baywatch. Snitch. That's one about what his son snitch and he's trying to like protect him. I think something like that.
I never saw that one.
Central Intelligence. People love that movie.
Pretty.
It was funny. San Andreas. No,
I've seen it. I've seen enough. This is what I'm ready.
See, see.
Okay, he's definitely top 5.
Knock him down.
Maybe even top 3. Action movies of all time, action stars of all time. But I would say this about The Rock. Number 1, just like LeBron James, because people like to compare him to Jordan all the time. LeBron is still writing his book, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? For all intents and purposes, Schwarzenegger, it's that nigga's like 80 years old. Like he's he can still do some stuff, but come on. But I would say this. I would say The Rock has more range in movies. You know what I'm saying? He plays most time he's gonna be the action star, the stereotypical action star, but he's not scared to actually act or to like have a goofy, funny part too. I'll give him that. But as far as greatest, it's got to be Schwarzenegger because like we're talking about The Predator, Terminator, like all of these are iconic action movies. You know what I'm saying? I don't think The Rock has. I don't think he has one just iconic. You know what part of it is too? Part of it is just the fact that we've kind of, as a society and movies, have kind of moved away from that old, you know what I'm saying? Just caveman, I'm strong, so I'm gonna save the day archetype. And
Right.
Arnold was doing it in the 70s and 80s, 90s when that was like everybody
The
wanted that.
thing. Mhm.
Like my uncle, shout out to Uncle Daryl and Uncle. Damn, what's my other uncle name? Why am I drawing a blank on my uncle's name? I gotta go see my Uncle Frank. Anyway, look, they had closets full of VHS tapes of Predator, Terminator. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever it come on like HBO, you put the cassette in there and record it.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Young kids don't know
those
about
uncles.
that. Yeah.
They loved all of that stuff. So, but I wonder if we would have some of the Rock's movies we would consider them more iconic if take the same movie that came out, say 2013, 14, put it in 1982, and adjust the special effects to 1982 special effects, but keep everything else the same. And I wonder if it wouldn't look a little bit different because we don't really mess with characters like that nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Jason Statham got a new movie out that's kind of like that, where he's a one-man army. Yeah. So to speak.
Have you seen it?
Not yet.
I heard it was pretty good.
I mean, hold up. We can't say that. Cause look at John Wick. That's the epitome of a 90s action movie. He's a one-man army. 1, 2, and fam. If you say no, something is wrong with your mental.
No, you're right. You
okay.
are right. But I'm just trying to think of why is it different?
It's not.
John Wick is stylized. It's not different in the sense of, yes, one-man army. He by himself, but he's going to somehow kill 70 people before this movie is over.
Right. By
himself. It's the same in that ilk, but it's different in that it's more stylized. Like it's not just straight shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Like,
of course, yeah.
It's choreographed. It's dancing. You know what I'm saying? I saw the dude. What did he do? Like, I don't know. He's like shooting people, but he's also hitting people with the gun at the same time. It's gun fu. It looks cool,
right?
You know what I'm saying? The Rock has never done nothing. I guess part of it too. He's so big, like you just expect him to throw somebody against the wall rather than karate size him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yes, Schwarzenegger's that dude. It's a wrap.
Hands down.
It's hands down. Now, if The Rock was out in the 80s, maybe we would be having a different conversation.
It would be different. But it would be a whole different beast, man. Now, if he does this Shazam movie right, which been in production for what, like 5 years now, since it was first announced. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, man, this movie better be this shit, because I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of the teasers, the artwork. Either make the movie or don't make it. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he is like the ultimate marketer. Like, he's going to brag about something that's coming out years and years in advance, and it's like when we see it, we're like, it was cool. I mean,
that was straight.
He was good in it. You know what I'm saying? But
we're talking about DC. I wish he could have did like a Marvel franchise movie, because Marvel would do it right.
Who do you think would be the best character for him to portray in the MCU?
Best character, MCU. Thinking of the way he
Cyclops.
Cyclops?
I'm playing, man.
That's like a waste. He could do it. It would have to be somebody, obviously, that their superpower is they strong, because it's The Rock. It has to have something to do with strength.
Okay.
I think it's the poster child for HGH. You know what I'm saying?
The Thing.
He could do the thing. Definitely could do the thing. Looks wise, he looks just like the Absorbing Man. Crusher Creed.
Okay. I see that.
Looks like the Absorbing Man.
I see that.
He could do it. And real talk, the Absorbing Man, I think it might have been Rob from Comics Explained that was talking about this. But they made him the butt of jokes, but he's actually a legit villain, like, because he can absorb anything. So imagine he gets in a fight with Wolverine and he just grabs his claw before Wolverine can like slice his hand off or something. But now his whole body is adamantium. He's super strong and he's made out of adamantium. What? He will wreck everybody, bro. Everybody, but
who else could it be though, man? That is a good question though.
It would have to be it would have to be somebody iconic. If he was gonna be a villain, it would definitely have to be somebody iconic that he would be.
Mojo. He could be Mojo.
Mojo Jojo
Mojo from the
from Powerpuff
Mojo.
Girls.
No, man. Mojo. Remember,
Mojo.
he's a guy that was a constant X-Men villain.
Oh, but he's fat though, man. What?
That's the
Come
whole
on, man.
point. Make
The
it.
Rock ain't gonna do that.
Yo,
He like
listen.
He like to show his abs. Man.
No, but listen, man. It would be so dope because he'd be like, "Yo, who is that in makeup with all that prosthetics on?" He like, "Yo, it's The Rock. It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson." And you know, The Rock, he's funny anyways. Playing that like that crazy off the wall, fourth wall breaking, like yo, I think that would be a dope mix. It's kind of like Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, right?
He
Right.
played a big pot belly executive, you know what I'm saying? And like yo, people like they would never expect that from Tom Cruise. I'm telling you, I'm making a campaign petition, star The Rock as Mojo in the next X-Men movie. Boom.
I just know when they do the live action Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo better not be black. He better not.
You know he is.
Voiced by nobody black. Don't. I don't. Boy,
Hey, yo, hold on, man.
my nigga. Like,
I think they are doing an actual live action
they are.
Powerpuff movie, man.
They are. But it's Mojo because just the fact that he's an 8. You bet not make the black man the 8.
Yeah, hold on, fam. It's gonna be a CW show. I gotta share my screen with you, man.
Oh.
Yo, I can't believe shit looks so bad already. Hold on, man. Look at this show. All right, my bad, y'all. I know this is getting kind of long, man, but here's what we're wrong with the CW's live action Powerpuff Girls. Oh, never mind. They're actually scrapping it. So,
okay.
So, good job,
Yeah.
CW. Good job.
Yeah.
Come in, good.
I mean, but it's like if you make it real, you kind of get rid of the essence of the show. The show is goofy and zany because it's a cartoon. Like,
And they're making it based on teenagers.
I'll say they ain't teenagers.
You don't think so?
They
Or you
gotta be
mean
at least
like the grown women?
teenagers? They look like grown. They gotta be at least in their 20s. You think
Let me
those are
see.
real teenagers? I think those are
Let's
Hollywood
see.
teenagers.
It felt a little too campy and not rooted in reality. Oh, they wanted it to be rooted in reality. You learn things. We follow. Let's just sit back and enjoy just the idea of a gritty or adult Powerpuff Girls was more than enough for some. The show looked like even more of a train wreck when some very cheap-looking costumes for a flashback scene were leaked, and people thought that would be the characters' look throughout the show. So, okay, it's too much going on, but yeah.
What in the entire world?
I mean, they're trying to nail the look though, but it just wouldn't. Just keep it with the cartoons, man. I mean, everything doesn't need to be rebooted for us to see. You know what I'm saying? It's just it wasn't meant to be. Powerpuff Girls, remains in the nostalgia of like early days of like Cartoon Network, but like Dexter's Laboratory as well.
I had to look up the actresses from the show, bro, because I was about to feel like a real perv. Oh, because when we first put the picture up there, my first thought was, oh, they're kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh snap, what if they really teenagers? Like, oh my god, I have to go wash my eyes out with soap. Nah, the girl that's playing Blossom, her name is Chloe Bennett, and she was born in '92. She's like damn near 30. So
safe.
Oh, Jesus. All right. But yeah, man. So you got anything else?
That's it, man. I'm good.
Yeah, we got a lot of content, bro. We're gonna have to chop this joint up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. That's a good thing, though. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to this episode 34 of the Geek Salad Podcast. You can follow us as usual at my YouTube channel at RENG Present Geek Salad. You can also follow our Instagram at Geek Salad Now. Until next time. Peace.